Hello
and welcome
to the Minimum Wage Podcast,
where even the name is above our pay grade.
Today we are joined with a guest.
Yes.
His name is...
Oh, and then I say my name?
Yeah. That's where you come in.
Ethan Balducci.
That's him.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here. Also known as...
Alto Pablo.
Alto Pablo, baby. And that name is quite possibly more significant at this point in time, considering the fact of filming.
Then my government?
Your government name, your Christian name mean nothing compared to your Spotify name.
Exactly.
My Spotify name.
Your Spotify name.
The most important name.
Some people call it your artist name.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call it?
I would call it my calling card.
Your calling card.
Calls it the calling
Whatever
card.
you want to call it. He goes by Alto Pablo when he's creating art.
Yes.
Art in the form of music.
Wonderful music at that.
Beautiful
Thank
music.
you.
And it just so happens, young man, Alto Pablo, dropped an album 2 days ago on 8/22. Yeah, given the fact that this will be published on the 27th, we're 5 days out of the album release.
Yes.
So,
It's clockwork around here.
how many tracks do we have?
It's a 10 tracker.
It's a 10 tracker.
10
How long are
tracker.
we sitting at?
It's 30 minutes or something. Let me see. Because I care about these things. Why don't I know that?
Indeed. It's long enough for me to throw it on, go to school, and then be like halfway through by the time I get there, throw it on, come back home, and Spotify be playing recommended songs by the time I
Gotcha.
get home again.
Oh, so you're talking... Well, to answer your question, it's 36 minutes and 7 seconds.
Oh, indeed.
On Tidal, there's actually... Because I use Tidal because I'm a bougie
You big bougie
artisan.
music
But,
nerd.
Sometimes there's like discrepancies between streaming services by like a second or something.
Odd.
It's a little odd.
I wonder why that is.
I think it's just like rounding errors.
Oh, yeah, that definitely could be.
But-
Have you looked it up?
I experienced it with the EP I dropped at the beginning of this year on February 22nd.
Yeah, that one was a little more detailed, though, because you were trying to lay out the tracks.
And
like,
that,
you had,
yeah, I was being all
one.
clever with like the lengths of the tracks because like the first one was 1 minute and 11 seconds. The second track was 2 minutes 22 seconds, and so on, up until like 6 and 7 were both 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Word.
But yeah, like I was trying to get it, exact, and then when I went to upload it, that's when it would like, on my end say all the nice pretty numbers, and then I'd upload it, and then it would be like an extra second or something, but only on half of them. Like so.
I have to
around
ask, be open with us. Did you try it multiple times?
Oh, you better believe I did.
Knew it.
I worked
knew
so
it.
hard to like, get them that.
Well, knowing the
Be those
perfectionist that Ethan is,
Mm.
I honestly would not expect it any other way.
So, I zoned out from that conversation, but I have a...
This is your
another
show.
very-
Come on.
Hang on.
You're being replaced. The new host is Ethan.
I got intrigued by something, and I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
Why the devil does the link in your bio on Spotify take you to the page of Shrek 2?
That's because literally an hour ago I put that there.
Really?
Literally an hour ago.
Wow. So you were preparing it for the pod.
Well, it's cause
We
it
were setting
specifically
it up.
said. I guess you can put any link in there, obviously, because I did. But on Spotify for artists, it's like add your Wikipedia entry, and I at this point in time don't have a Wikipedia page.
Wait, Wikipedia. Out of all the things you can add,
Right?
Hey,
yeah.
let's link our Wikipedias,
Yeah.
guys.
But
What?
yeah, it said Wikipedia page, and I immediately went, "Oh well,
Shrek
Shrek 2."
Yep.
that's the
Well,
most
that-
identifiable part.
There you have it.
I realized I didn't have a bio, so yeah, I just added one.
Oh, now you're making me go on there and look. Y'all mad cute.
Y'all mad
Yeah, I
cute.
saw that.
I love that.
Enough about me. You're already here to listen to my music. I don't want you reading all about me.
Well, I mean, we just
Me do
read.
what
I
I
literally
want.
read all about you. Your entire bio was read in 3 words.
That's what I'm saying. It's.
Oh, you're saying enough about me.
But enough about me. It's.
Well,
Let's look at you for a second. Y'all are mad cute.
Indeed. Wait, what is this? Argyle Records.
Argyle Records is Michael Hitchcock's.
Recording studio.
Yeah.
Oh. So
Enterprise.
that's so on Spotify, if you scroll down to the bottom, it says artist playlists. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And on yours,
It's a
there's
playlist
only
of
one
artists.
playlist titled Argyle Records.
Mhm.
because I'm on low data mode, broke boy, I can't tell what's in there. Okay, here we go.
I just received a text
It's,
from you. It's your current location.
So I'm on big low data mode because I sent that 25 minutes ago.
Oh no!
That's
Dalen's texting Gino in the middle of the interview. I'm right here.
I'm
right next to you.
In case you wondered where I was.
No, I know. Good
So,
thing. Good thing.
Yeah, what is all this that I'm seeing in this Argyle Records playlist?
Dude, that's everyone that, or a variety of people that have recorded with Michael. I'm blessed to be like a hired gun to be a musician on a lot of those.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, me and Andrew Fowler, who we all know, but the podcast, the listeners might not know. Andrew Fowler is an absolute machine animal on the drums.
Absolute machine.
One of my
animal.
best friends. And plays drums on the 8 songs on my record that have drums. He plays drums for all those.
Sweet.
Cool.
I actually didn't know that. That's a fun fact right there.
Yeah.
So, what about on the keys? Is that you?
On the keys, it's a mix of me and Michael.
Okay.
Michael describes like laying down keyboards as like part of mixing, because a lot of times you use keys, not necessarily piano, because that is like I mean it's all an instrument, but
Yeah.
keys as like a synth layer, that's more like mixing. Like, does this need like a little
Little
more
boost.
like a little boost or a
Little
cloud,
pop.
like some carpet underneath the toesy woesies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're all about the toesy woesies here on the pod.
Are we?
Especially, bro, speaking of toesy woesies,
I
this
am.
carpet we're on right now, beautiful.
So
This one?
at the beginning of the podcast, I said I wasn't going to use a mic stand, but now that I'm typing, I'm going to use a mic
I
stand.
told God invented them for a reason,
Yeah, God gave me 2 hands for a reason. That's what I say.
for the second beer.
There you go, for the second beer. But if y'all cannot tell, the audio sounds a little bit different. Sounds a little more airy. Sounds a little bit more ethereal, to say the least.
Airy indeed, X-Air.
And yeah, we're recording on the same thing that we normally record on. However, the location is different.
Wow.
Right now, we're in the music shed of Alto Pablo.
Welcome.
The music
Thank you.
shed.
The music
The
shed.
only music shed.
However, not the only music shed, because none of the album was recorded in here, as far as I can know.
Yeah, none of the album that just came out. Because
Yeah,
I just moved into here.
indeed. Yeah, the new music shed.
The new music shed. Music will be recorded in here,
Indeed.
and it'll come out later.
It's
But
the perfect place to record music, truly.
I'm very stoked. This is definitely
I mean, it is quite a cozy little spot.
Yeah.
it's cozy in a big way. I've been in cozy in a small way
Well, right.
studios.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
Yes.
about to
There's
say
like
that. Yeah,
small
you.
cozy, and then there's big cozy, and this
lofty
is definitely
cozy, yeah.
Well, yeah,
lofty cozy.
You went from the music cave to the music shed.
Mm.
And the shed, although they're both 4 letters, this is quite a bit bigger.
Undoubtedly.
No. It's a shed as opposed to a shack.
Okay.
Mm.
But he did go from a cave to a shed.
Yeah, my last
Okay.
studio was my bedroom, which was a cave.
Indeed.
Um,
A tidy cave for the most part, I will say that, but nonetheless a cave.
yeah. Because you say cave, it might be like, oh, that sounds cavernous.
Indeed.
But no, it was a small cave.
Right.
Small cave, yeah. You definitely could build a fire. You definitely did not build a fire.
Definitely did not do that. All
Hey,
right.
but the tracks are fire.
Hey, yeah, we got some heat in there at least.
We did
yeah,
get
for
some
sure.
heat.
There
Fire
it
or not,
is.
we got some heat.
Mm.
Man.
Love to hear
So I want to hear a little bit about the music creation process. Obviously, I was there for some of it, but as we
Mm.
were talking about before the pod started, I actually don't know when the most of the recording went down. Because I know this album has been, 5 years plus in the making?
4.5, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
For 2018.
So how many houses have you been through?
Dude, that is really the way to count this, isn't it? How many houses? Well, so there's the writing process, which that happened when I was on a mission trip in Croatia and Bosnia-Herzegovina back in 2018.
Bosnia, you want to say that 10 times fast?
Bosnia-Herzegovina times 10. I don't want to say it 10 times.
That wasn't fast, though.
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Yes, times
There
10.
Oh my gosh, beautiful place, beautiful time, and yeah, so wrote a lot of it there, and then kind of like on the plane ride back, like pretty much laid out the whole album. Like was not done writing it, but like had all of the songs and then had them in the order and everything, and was like kind of listening to it in my head on the plane ride back.
Wow.
Just making that flight attendant just rush me red wine to and from. Yes.
Oh, flight attendant.
Those international flights, they don't mess around.
Clicks tongue, snaps finger. Oh, flight attendant.
Oh, that guy needs a raise. He helped me. He's one of the executive producers of the album, for sure.
He got credit for sure.
Yep.
If we knew his name, he would definitely be titled in or featured in at least a couple of the songs.
Huge shout out to Ethan's flight attendant.
Yeah. What air were you
that.
flying?
Let's see. It was out of Paris. Me and Anna were supposed to go to London, and then London said, "You're not welcome here." And so we went to Paris, the Paris airport, and then they lost my luggage.
Oh.
And then that's where I got the pink hoodie from.
How? Oh, you bought it there?
No. So we get back to New York, and the luggage does not come back to New York, and I'm like, pretty upset about it. Luckily, I had left like a bunch of like white T-shirts and like underwear in New York before we left, so I'd have like more room for souvenirs on the way back. So I only had like the bare minimum, and one of the priests, that was volunteering with that summer, his mom actually, she was like helping us during the retreat, and she was like, "Ethan, why are you so glum? What's the matter, Ethan?" I was like, "Oh, hey, Mama Luca, lost my luggage, not feeling great about it." She was like, "Oh, well, my son has some old clothes. You just gotta come over and get these old clothes." And she didn't even come over. She like brought them to me, and included was like my white Vans, and then this pink hoodie, which has now become like the Alto Pablo hoodie.
Nantucket.
Nantucket, yeah, for sure.
It's a beautiful hoodie. I'm envious
Wonderful
of that
thing.
hoodie for sure.
So, but that, I got that.
That's gonna be part of the merch, bro.
I got to partner with Nantucket Island and see if they want it.
see if that's in the making. Oh man! So what year was that mission trip then?
2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2022, 2018. What was that the summer?
That was that summer. Yeah.
Okay, summer 2018 to summer 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, man. A lot has happened. And like you said, the recording process happened over a series of a couple different houses when I was living back here in Augusta. So, yeah, I think 4 or 5 different houses for sure.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's crazy. Thinking about it now, that is actually wild.
And that's where all the demoing happened. And that wasn't even the recording of what you hear now, save for a couple tracks. So that was all the demoing out, the actually getting the start to finish of all the songs. And then in 2020, met my really good friend Michael Hitchcock that year. Started playing music with him. He just graduated from Belmont, and was a songwriter, mixer, and he's doing mastering now. But yeah, we connected in the recording process, and then I was because Alto Pablo, that album was just kind of a closed off thing. Really, I was just showing you and some friends what I was up to, but it was literally just probably never gonna see the light of day. It was just gonna be this thing that I had.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and then decided I wanted to maybe open up the circle of who's working on this, which took a lot to be able to trust someone else, and then kind of be okay with the fact that it's it didn't have to be this magical little thing that I was doing just by myself.
Yeah.
You're allowed to work with your friends on
Believe
fun
it
stuff.
or not.
Yeah. So Michael, we recorded the album with Michael in Nashville, at his house in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
So the tracks in their current state, you'd say, are pretty much all recorded in Nashville?
Yeah, with a select, just a couple moments from the demos where I was I'm not going to re-record it. That is the moment I want to be.
What's one of those specific moments? So the people on the pod get that insider knowledge.
Yeah. So the first song on the album, More Than You'll Ever Know, it does a couple verses and choruses, and then it breaks down, it settles way down, and there's an acoustic guitar that I probably recorded it on that mic over there, that Audio Technica.
Okay.
And it's you can hear a lot of the room in it, kind of, I don't want to say it sounds bad, but it sounds very raw. And then
Oh,
I wanted to re-record it, and Michael was like, well, no, like that's not.
Yeah.
That's actually one where I I did want to re-record it, and then Michael was like, are you sure? Like, and no, it's on the record. Like, I'm so glad that it is there.
That's awesome. It's great to
Yeah.
have great
Cool.
friends that have an eye for that.
Mhm.
Because, you being the perfectionist that you are, as we talked about, you would want to re-record every single thing 100 million times until it was the exact thing that you envisioned.
Yeah,
But, that doesn't always come out to be the best.
that's absolutely
True.
true. Yeah, I mean, unless you had a microphone inside of your brain,
Yeah.
I could hear exactly what you're hearing.
Yeah,
But
and that's almost like you were trying to sterilize something
right.
that doesn't need sterilization. It's like in your gut, you need probiotics. You need that.
Yeah.
You need them doggone germs in your gut to have something that actually works correctly.
Mm.
Same thing for that song specifically. You need a little bit of a raw
Yeah.
to get that beautiful, beautiful sound.
It's like
That's magnificent.
magnifico. It's like parenting, I'd say. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I can imagine being one.
Yeah.
And you want your child to do the best, right? Like, I want my songs to be perfect,
Yeah.
but it's got to exist in the real world, and it's got to live. Like, you can't just rob yourself of joy. Like, you're in the process of making this really cool thing. Why are you gonna make something that's really cool, and then it's just like not exactly how maybe you intended, and so you're just like not gonna have fun anymore?
Yeah. No, you got to let it be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's actually, I think the parent kid is a perfect analogy, because you're going to raise the kid up to be like the person that you want them to be. You're going to send them to the school that you want them to go to and all that. But when it comes down to it, it's that kid's decision whether
Yeah.
you're going to be, a good man or not.
Mm.
You have zero control over the end product. Obviously, with an album, you have some control over the end product, but you don't know how it's going to be received.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't know how people are going to view your kid.
Mhm.
You know how you
Right.
view them, and you know how you wanted the kid to be viewed,
Mhm.
but you never know. Perfect analogy. Thank you, Ethan.
Oh yeah, happy to impart some parental wisdom.
I love
I'm
that.
not a parent though. For those listening, I'm not a dad.
He wants to make that perfectly clear. All you women out there, he has no kids yet. You think they'll be on the way, Ethan?
Oh.
No, they're sitting put. I'll tell you what.
No, I mean for now, dog.
Oh.
I'm saying in the future. They're sitting put.
I can't. It would be
Oh,
silly of me
goodness.
to hedge bets that way. The future holds what it holds.
Do you want kids?
I think I'd be a good dad.
That's not what I asked.
Quit dodging the question here.
You're a doggone politician, dog.
Man's just answered a whole nother
Vote for
question.
Ethan. He will dodge your question. The question is still out there.
This weather we've been having is just
Oh,
something else.
my.
I'm
So
kidding.
anyways,
you.
no more
No,
taxes.
yeah, I would. I do. I would want kids. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, me too. What
I'll
about
make
you,
sure
John?
we're getting you in the mic, by the way, because your mic's a little bit far away and you're
How's our
talking a
level?
little bit quiet.
I mean,
How are
it's a
levels looking?
little low, but I'm going to raise it. So
Yep.
He's
Slap
gonna
some
raise it.
multi-band compressor on there.
slap a little audition magic on it.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know all too well.
Yeah, but I guess we've got that question out the way.
Oh, yeah.
What's next?
But what about you? Do you want kids?
I could see myself having kids.
Wow. He's just gonna dodge the question.
That is wild.
What do you mean?
I mean, do you want kids or no?
Maybe. Sure. Yes.
Yes. Okay. We got a yes there after quite a runaround.
All right, Gino, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Dalen. Do you see yourself having kids?
Do I see myself having kids? Yes. Do I want kids? Yes.
All right.
Wow. Very direct.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm not running for Congress or nothing.
You, the person who's listening. to
Drop a
this.
comment on
Do
how
you
many
want
children
kids?
you want.
Drop a comment. And
Yeah.
if you don't want kids,
Drop a 0 in
Drop
the
a 0 in the comments.
drop a 0. Because that's still a value.
Indeed. So back to the album. We'll square back to the album. So 10 tracks. When you were on the plane, did you envision every single one of those 10 tracks?
I mean, yeah, I had them all written out. Some of them where I was like, okay, this is just like, I have kind of like a start and finish.
Sure.
And I knew I had plenty of work ahead of me. But yeah, I had all the song names and
Wow.
at least something.
Yeah, one in particular. When I was listening to the album, this came as such a surprise. If y'all pull up the album right now, scroll to the song Don't Question, and you will hear a rap section in the song. Little rhymage. And that was not the way it was, let's say, 2020. Well,
Yeah.
not even, let's say, 2020. I know 2020. I've got a version of it from like 4/28, 2020 or something like that. So like April 28th, 2020.
Well,
Zero rapping in it.
yeah, that's like the third verse area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna go there. I was like,
Where did that come from, dude? Where'd the inspiration for the raps come from?
I would say this song has like a good like subject matter. It's about trust and people in a relationship trusting each other or wanting to trust each other. And so I had good subject matter to go off of.
Sure.
But I mean the lyrics, yeah. Where does anything come from? Your experiences, and then they go through the filter of your brain, and you come up with something.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's crazy.
I wrote those in Nashville though, while we were recording it for real.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That makes sense, actually, because, I was not... That came as such a surprise. Definitely blindsided me. Dude, and I was envisioning, like, when I heard that part, I was like, oh, my gosh.
What
He's
did you
got the
text me?
double
You're-
cup with the Jolly Ranchers. He got that purple drink.
Yes.
Lil Pablo. Lil Pablo on the
Not
track.
Lil Pablo.
Lil Pablo.
Lil Pablo.
It's going to be the offshoot.
Bars.
Whenever you create your rap album, it'll
Yeah.
be under the artist title Lil
Do you want me to
Pablo.
dye my hair pink, or is that what
Yeah,
you're kind
I need
of picturing?
I need the multicolor
Pink, blue, and green. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
the Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity
Fruity
Pebbles.
I need the Fruity Pebbles dye.
The hair needs to be looking like straight up Fruity Pebbles.
Exactly, dude. Man. But yeah, that one really came as a surprise. I'm trying to think of some other things off the album that came as a surprise to me. But that just goes to show how much the album has evolved since 2018 when it first was envisioned in your head on the plane in your red wine influenced head.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, so what for you, which one has changed the most?
They've all changed so much, dude. It's tough to say. Like, it would be cool to release like a demos version,
See where they were.
so you could see where they were back in the day. I mean, there was a lot more. I mean, there's like acoustic guitar and ukulele. I really thought about it. Used to think about it as like a ukulele album,
Yeah.
whereas like, because that's where almost all the songs were written on. My friend Anna brought her ukulele to Croatia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear a lot of ukulele influence in
yeah.
them, especially
Oh, yeah.
the one we were talking about, Don't Question.
Mm-hmm.
That one, big time ukulele.
Yeah, they are indeed. Honestly, all of them are vibes.
They are all incredible vibes.
Yeah, love them.
What's so
Cheers,
funny
man.
is I've been like waiting for this moment for so long. I've been yelling at Ethan,
Bro,
get that freaking album out so I can listen to it in my car on Spotify, dude. So what happens
no
is
clue it
when
was
you
coming.
send people projects
don't
or like
follow
when you
Instagram,
send
but, you
people
know.
MP4 files,
Yeah.
you have to have your phone open the entire
Yeah.
time it's playing. If your screen
Oh,
closes,
I know, I
it
know.
pauses. Okay, so I've heard the tracks. I've
Gmail,
had
you
the
need to
tracks.
fix that. You need to fix that.
It's so annoying. I was listening to the tracks in the car, and I'd have to be like, I'd have to either change my settings to have my screen always on if I was listening,
I
or
just had
literally
that
just
setting
be
on.
clicking my
Yeah.
finger.
No, the clicking while driving, that's dangerous.
Yeah,
That's
it's
my
dangerous.
bad. That's my bad.
I don't like that.
Um,
I don't want that. So I've been yelling at Ethan for the past like year and a half. Get the album out.
Let it be
doggone
known this is 100% factual. Dalen was putting the battery in my back in that regard. I'm not saying it never would have happened, but it probably, maybe it never would have happened.
I don't want to say that because I know it would have happened no matter what. That album
But it might
was
have
gonna
happened
find
like
its way out.
it might have been happening 2 years later, and
Yeah.
then I would be, yeah.
You never know, dude. But yeah, I'm happy to know that I was the fire Well, the one lighting the fire under your butt to get that thing out, because the
Yeah,
people
man.
needed to hear it, dude. And more than the people, I needed to hear it in the car on Spotify.
But more importantly, me.
Yes, not forget about the people, not think about me.
Most importantly, Daily.
Yes, man. So, one thing I want to ask you about.
Oh,
One thing I want to ask you about is your influence, dude. Because this is what everyone, like, when an artist is getting interviewed by anybody, they say, what inspires you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, the smell of coffee. No. What are my influences, you say?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what influenced you? Because I remember growing up, like, we listened to a lot of Young the Giant.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely a lot of Young the Giant. But that first record of theirs, I said this back in the day that, like, I don't know, in 50 years' time, that would be seen as, like, you know, modern classical music.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, the production of all of it, it's very in the real world. You know, you can hear the air being moved against the microphone.
Yeah,
It's
which is so
beautiful.
funny that you say that, too, because then they have the in the open versions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
so
the
they're
open, even
leaning
more
into
so,
that
yeah.
even more so, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But what else?
Definitely, I mean, Vampire Weekend, you know, can't enter this conversation without mentioning them.
Yeah.
They're, I think, any, like, indie head.
More than
Any-
you'll ever know, you can hear like the
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
the synth at the end. I feel like that is Vampire Weekend-esque for sure.
Who else, man? I mean, around, you know, the time of writing it, 2018,
Mhm.
definitely Steve Lacy was having his moment, and I
Heck
think,
yeah.
you know, me and you and some of our friends, we were all on board that train for sure.
Oh yeah. I've been on the Steve Lacy train,
Uh,
going hard.
Steve,
Love
he's
that.
a baller. Haven't met him. Would love to meet him.
The Bare Maximum.
The Bear Maximum.
As a Bear Maximum.
Amen. Dude, Panda Bear, huge influence for sure. The artist Panda Bear, part
Panda
of
Bear.
Animal Collective.
I'm not familiar with Panda Bear actually.
Dude, good old Panda Bear, Noah Lennox. He is like, I mean, I feel like another who's who of, like, you know, the indie music world. But I mean, he's just got such like a genreless approach. Like,
Yeah. Genre bending.
yeah, not afraid of like any sound to be a sample. Like, oof, yeah, that guy right
Oof.
there. Look at that.
Oh, look
beautiful
at
man.
that! Look at that legend.
I'll probably
Mm.
link that.
John
in
just
the
pulled up a
pod.
picture.
Well,
of
you
that
know the
man.
song Floridada.
Florida. That's them.
That's Animal Collective, so he's like
no
one part of them.
way. Floridada, I've got some incredible memories of. That is wild.
Yeah. Yes,
Um,
gorgeous song. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Beautiful
link
song.
their latest
That
release.
song will forever be in my mind. That's for
Mm.
sure.
Dude, who else? Who else? Also around like 2018. Oh,
That's
who's
copyright.
that?
Sorry.
Copy strike.
Copy strike.
That's my audio.
But you played 1 second my audio. I'm taking your video down.
Does this go
Channel's
on
coming
YouTube?
down.
Are y'all YouTubing?
Yeah, we're
We-
YouTubing
Okay,
it.
yeah, we'll be careful.
Hopefully,
Well, I'm gonna have to edit it out.
then.
at what point are we gonna be getting on spot? It needs to be at least 2 seconds to get taken down. That one, 2 seconds.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet they'll still try.
They would
regardless.
love to try. They would love to try.
Well-
they would love to get all of our $0.00 in
Exactly.
ad
All
revenue.
of our ad rev from our 10 viewers.
Yeah.
By the way, this is like a side note thing. I noticed that whenever I posted, or rather, when podcast 002 went live, we had less views on that than usual, and I think that might be because there was no post on Instagram about it.
That's more than likely.
Yeah, your marketing has to be somewhat uniform.
It's
Yeah.
true.
By the way, I'm gonna link your Instagram in the podcast description. Is there anything else you want linked? I'm also linking you on Spotify.
Dude, you can just I can send it to you, but my I got a link tree,
Ah, the
which has all
link
of
tree.
the links.
Yeah, it's got your
go
OnlyFans
ahead.
and
Linktree
everything.
is fun. I was always seeing that around. And I thought you had to pay for it, and then Michael sent. He was like, "Do you have Linktree?"
Linktree.
I was like, "No, I'm not paying for that." He's
Yes,
like,
I got
"It's
my
free-
feet
It's
picked up."
free. It's free. The free version is incredible.
All right.
It's
There's a
what's
lot
up.
of customization. I'm not
So-
sponsored either.
What's the difference between free version and paid version?
think you get like more analytics,
Oh,
which you
yeah,
get
yeah.
a decent amount on the free version, but yeah, you can get way
You
more
can
in
see
depth.
how many people click it and just hover around, don't click on anything.
Yeah.
On the paid version. Paid version only.
Paid
That's
version
interesting.
only.
That would actually be an interesting thing to see if you only posted your link tree. What different music provider people are going to?
Yeah, I would
Oh,
love to
yeah.
know that.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, you've got it posted up, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if I can see where they leave the link tree.
Oh, okay. You
Oh.
can just see how many people pull up the link tree.
Yeah, you can see like unique clicks within the.
I'm
That
currently,
actually leads me to another question for you, and that is YouTube.
Yeah.
Is the album on YouTube, dog?
Oh, dude, this is actually insane. So you texted me that the other day. You're like, "Why isn't the album on YouTube?" And I will say, so I didn't post it through DistroKid because I did that with the EP, and then it posts it as like a topic
Yeah.
instead of like through your channel.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything on the Alto Pablo YouTube channel yet, as you pointed out.
What?
It's just a nice empty space. But
Yeah, I actually don't even really use YouTube for music because I have Spotify. But yeah, my friend Colin, he
you.
exclusively.
I was wondering
uses
why you
YouTube
were
music.
asking because yeah.
Yeah, because you know I'm a big, heavy Spotify user.
Yeah, I was a little confused, but no, yeah, there's a reason, and I was actually in the middle of editing up the videos with
The videos.
Well, it's not a music video, but like the long form version of the teasers that I put out on Instagram.
You have a long form version of those? I guess
well,
you
no,
will.
that's why I was
Yeah,
editing. It's a one man shop around here right now. If I
Yeah.
got I hired some monkeys.
Yes.
Based
Some
off
interns.
these,
Hey, anybody listening?
I'll hire some monkeys
Unpaid
to
intern.
to type out all of Shakespeare's work in order.
Man, you've got a job right here. Right here in the shed.
There's AC.
There is. It comes with AC. That's about
Love
the extent of the amenities we can offer. But hey, that's a big one.
Free music, free entertainment.
There you go. Hey, you'll be mingling with a mastermind.
Too kind. Dude, who else?
Who else, man? So we've got let's run down the list real quick. We've got Young the Giant, Vampire Weekend, Steve Lacy, Animal Collective /
Panda Bear.
Panda Bear.
Yeah.
That's only 4. There's got to be other big ones.
Dude, some other big ones. Well, I mean, Tame Impala, of course.
Well, yeah, that
I
one
almost-
for sure.
Yeah. They're just such a favorite that it's like, like above first place. Like they're in like 0th.
Yeah,
Like they're in that kind of area.
yeah, they're God moded.
Yeah.
exactly.
Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Definitely in 2018 also. I was
Okay.
listening to all of their stuff. They're another kind of like, you could describe them as like psych rock, but really it's genre defying.
Yeah, they definitely don't have any specific category I could throw them into.
Mm.
That one, you actually showed me Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Mm.
And you showed me them through the song Beauty in Essex, if you remember that one.
Oh, wild. Yeah.
Yeah, when I first
With the Free
got
Nationals,
my AirPods. Yeah,
Daniel
Free
Caesar.
Nationals. When I first got my AirPods, that was like one of the first songs I ever listened to.
Cool.
Blew my freaking mind, dude.
Yeah, that song goes hard. That whole album goes hard. The
Yeah,
Free Nationals.
Mm.
Yeah,
they're
sick.
great. But yeah, that's 6.
Dude,
All these are
Twin.
links, by the way.
Twin is huge shout out to them. Village Sticks. We got to play with them. 2017. And then
Sticks.
I got to meet them again when I was living in Nashville, like right before I went to Croatia.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, for a little background, for those of you that don't know, Ethan is a part of an actual band. Alto Pablo is a part of a other band
Mm.
called Village Sticks.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can also look them up on Spotify. But were you Village Sticks or Alto Pablo first?
Oh, definitely Village Sticks.
There you go.
Yeah,
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 Village
yeah.
Sticks.
Village Six is what
Chicken
all
before the
started.
egg.
Yeah, exactly.
So Twin.
Yeah, we played. We opened up for Twin, and then I got to see Twin again in Nashville, just doing their thing. Very inspiring.
It's dope.
They're record came out this year.
The first debut?
No, they had one 2019.
Oh, okay.
Awestruck, but this one, One Stop Shop, really cool.
All right.
Yeah, they're freaking talented.
Might have to
They're
give it
so
a
cool.
listen.
Yeah, you can buy the vinyl now too.
Ooh. All right. Well, I think that's enough. Like
Dude.
I've grilled you for long enough.
Dude,
with
one
the,
last
influences.
one before
Nice and toasty.
the one that can't go unsaid is Toro y Moi.
Oh yeah.
Papa Chaz, fellow Scorpio, fellow Southerner. Just
Yeah. South Carolinian.
South Carolinian.
Yeah.
Gone. West Coast gone global.
Yeah. Torum was goated up, honestly.
Yes. Inspirational, just like a young man doing his flipping thing.
That album listening party for his most recent album, absolute beauty. Absolute beauty, dude.
I wish I could live in that room in that time. Like,
I know.
At all
I
points in
wish I had that paper mache head. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do for your listening party now.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have to paper mache our faces up. I'll bring the flour if you bring the scissors and newspaper. But yeah, if y'all haven't seen that, so Tori Ma's most recent album, Mahal.
Yeah.
There was a YouTube video posted.
Yeah.
The length of the album. Well, actually, I guess a little longer.
A little longer for some commentary and jokes in between.
Yeah. Basically, it
so
shows,
entertaining.
Yeah, it's super entertaining. It shows a group of like 4 of his friends just all sitting there listening to the album, commenting about it. Classic Chaz.
Classic Chaz.
Great music video for all of the songs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was so inspiring. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a listening party.
Yeah,
in
talk
general.
about making you feel like part of like something. Like you're in the room with this artist's friends. Well, I guess it's not clear whether or not they actually know
you
him.
actually don't know who these people are.
Yeah. They're
but
just
they
fans.
do say classic Chaz, so that's what led me to believe that they were
that
friends.
guy, they feel like they're his friend. And because of that, we feel like we're their friends too.
Yeah, we feel like we're Chaz's friends now too. We're part of that collective.
Which I love that too. Like I would much rather have, 100 people really care about my music and listen to it than 100,000 people like, see me on some like American Idol type thing and then, be gone in a flash. Like I'd rather be doing my thing.
You'd rather be loved by
On my own
100
pace,
than by 1,000,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that you bring that up. I was watching a YouTube video just yesterday talking about a band from maybe Staten Island, and they were making like indie songs, like very true to themselves. It was a group of 4, I believe. And they were, gaining local success. They were hitting the bars around town. They were, hitting the smaller venues around town. And then they got this massive opportunity to make a mainstream success of an album. And they decided to throw their indie bullshit by the wayside, decided to make this mainstream album, got quite a bit of money from it. However, creatively, they split because half the band wanted to stay with their roots, wanted to stay true to their roots and true to their loyal fan base. And the other half was like, nah, we just want success. And they ended up breaking up. So it didn't matter that they got money. They were no longer a band after they released this success of an album. And
that's sad. I mean,
yeah, it's super sad. But after hearing a story like that, like, I'm so glad that you are not going to switch up on us.
Yeah, man.
We're here for you.
I mean,
also, it could be a mainstream success. Like, I've heard the songs in the album.
I don't think they have to be like mutually exclusive. It's just about the mindset going into it.
Sure.
Like Arctic Monkeys and like their AM record, like that, like young guitarists like love playing songs on that album. Like it's very much for the fans. Like it's so much fun to sing, and it's a blockbuster of an album.
You don't think they're mutually exclusive at all?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive. It's just, it takes, like, there's artisticness in the business side of it, too. Like, there's, like, some quote by some artist where it's like, you're not an artist until you sell your art. Like that's what makes you an artist.
True.
Which I like half agree with, half disagree with, because I think like, just being a child, like being creative, like you're still an artist then. But being like an artist in the real world, like you got to learn how to sell your art. Like that's, the marketing of it.
Yeah.
And especially as like, an indie kid, like you got to figure out how to do it without selling your soul. And it's
absolutely.
It can seem daunting, but I don't think it's impossible.
And then also the thing is like, you can be a starving artist only for so long until you starve.
You got it.
You
got
cannot
to
like art.
Yeah, that's
You've got to. Yeah, you've got to be able to make money if you want to sustain your art. So there is definitely a dichotomy to it.
Yeah, it's dichotomy. Yes,
dichotomy. Your grandpa introduced me to that word through.
It's a good one.
Through his biology class, possibly the dichotomous key. You ever heard that?
No, what's that?
So dichotomous key.
Sounds like I should have.
Actually,
if I was in his class, so
I don't exactly remember what the dichotomous key itself was, but I know it's like categorizing things into two different separate orders. I think it has something to do with like classifying animals. So you have like traits, and you have like kingdom, order, phylum, like all that.
Yeah.
So you have an animal, and you have the dichotomous key where one side is traits, the other side is, what group they belong to. I might have majorly botched that definition, but if my brain is in any way correct, that's about what it was.
I think right now is a good point to do
crispy.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dichotomy is a big thing in art for me, or like the idea of chiaroscuro. I don't know if you've heard that.
What is that? Never heard that.
I learned that my first semester of college, my art history class.
One educated boy.
One educated boy. Chiaroscuro is pretty much like an Italian term for the light and the dark, and it's like on a literal sense, I think it just means like art with like high contrast, like shadows, like maybe like one light source and a bunch of like shadowy faces or whatever.
Okay.
But I think you can extrapolate that term to just mean like high contrast of like any subject matter. So like good and evil is the chiaroscuro in there.
Like Janus, the Roman god, the two-faced, or Roman. Is it Roman?
Might be. I'm more familiar with Greek gods.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly, but the idea behind Janus is that half of his face is white, half of his face is dark, and each side is a different Janus, pretty much. But same. What did you say? Chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscuro.
Yeah.
Sounded like my art professor right there. Yeah.
Chiaroscuro. Your art professor is rather grimy.
No, I guess she was a little more proper, but yeah, it was something like that.
Okay. Not exactly.
But yeah, no, I definitely like think of that a lot. / like see it pop up after I've made something.
Yeah.
Like when you're in the moment, you might not necessarily be thinking of like, oh, like these two themes are kind of playing against each other. But then afterwards, like you like accidentally analyze your own work. You're like, oh my gosh, there's like
oh, wow.
couple
I might have done something there.
Like for this album, like the idea of naivete, like being innocent versus coming into your own, like living in the real world. Those two kind of things are like fighting each other thematically throughout the thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to listen to the album again with that in mind. See what I get out of it.
Yeah, but, I mean, I was just like pretty innocent when I was a younger guy when I was first writing it, and then the process of bringing it into the real world is almost like a sacrificing of the naivete.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially after you think about like the mindset you had of, this is never going to see the light of day. This is for me.
You got to go through like a dark night of the soul, like in that process.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That initial spark, like the inspiration, it's so close to you. You're like, oh, wow, like this is so great. and then you have to work for it.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like that realness coming out.
Yeah. That's so interesting. With an album too, it's like so personal.
Mhm.
It's such like from the heart. Music, art in general, it's from the heart. And so exposing that to the world is like exposing a little bit of yourself that nobody's ever seen.
That's a lot of what the EP that came out this year was for too. It was
kind of getting yourself ready for the exposure of your soul.
Yeah, it was a trial run of sorts in that regard. And yeah, just like going through the weird feeling of like people are hearing this, like it's definitely scary. You can't control how they react.
This thing that I created is getting to people.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. To give them a little background, when did you release the EP?
Released the EP February 22nd, 2022.
Okay, so February 22nd, 2022, August 22nd, 2022. So 6 months apart. Exactly half a year. That is wild.
Yeah.
It feels like just yesterday that you released the EP.
Yeah.
Wow.
February 2nd, or was that? It's
22nd.
22nd.
Spotify as
Did I say second?
As the 14th.
I think you said 22nd.
That's for the single "Fall for You."
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess that was the first thing that came out on Valentine's Day. Yeah.
We just got
Yeah, that was a surprise too, actually.
Yeah,
that was, I feel like, kind of messing. That was you messing with DistroKid and like.
That was you were there,
on
yeah.
February 22nd.
Because I was trying to show you whatever I was trying to show you on DistroKid. I was like, yeah, I mean, like, look, I'll like just try to post this, and then it like posted immediately.
I was like, what? I was like, what? Wait, did that just post?
Yeah, and then it was live.
And believe it or not, there it is, shown to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wild time, dude.
Very wild.
Actually, it does feel like it was just yesterday, but then like recapping all that's happened since then, it's been years.
Yeah.
Speaking of posting,
yes.
me and you need to have a conversation after this podcast.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we might be copyright infringing.
Why is that?
Because our name.
No way.
Well,
it's okay. We can resolve it. It'll be fine.
Speaking of copyright infringement.
Yeah?
Infringement.
I'll tell y'all what.
Copyright infringement.
There's another Alto Pablo out there.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There is another Alto Pablo.
There was a first one. However, the capitalization is different.
Capitalization is different. My LLC is under a different name.
Yeah. Does he even have an LLC?
I don't know. I didn't see one.
Yeah. Well, he's not.
And Alto Pablo LLC wasn't taken. So
yeah,
there you go.
So he doesn't have your LLC.
He doesn't have my LLC. Yeah.
And that's really the main thing that matters. But also, one thing that I came to find about copyright law just a few days ago is it happens at the time of the work. At the time the work is created. So as soon as you create the work, it's copyrighted, whether you file anything or not.
That's interesting.
So you were actually protected. I got super scared because, I'm looking out for my dog. I'm trying to hope that nobody takes his work and plays it off as their own. Legally, especially.
Yeah.
If they have the rights to it, that would be ridiculous. You've been working so hard on this for 4 years.
Yeah, I think we got enough source material. We could build a case.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially now, after realizing that once the work is created, then it's automatically you're entitled to the rights of it.
That is good to know.
Right, but what if someone else does it first?
Well, I mean, with the song, that's a little hard, but
right.
Well, then they're the yeah.
But you're talking about the name wise.
I'm talking like copyright, the Minimum Wage Podcast 2021.
But I bet they're talking about finance, nothing this.
They're talking about
nothing this fun.
Improv. 3 idiots talk about nothing.
Oh well. Oh God, it's us.
That's us from a different timeline, bro. That is
they only
wild.
have 2 episodes, and they only posted January 17th and January 30th of 2021. So we could maybe.
Yeah, we've steamrolled them already.
I tried.
The battle's already won.
Yeah, and I don't see like statistics for these. Can we look up statistics?
I don't think it matters anyway, though,
it's all
because
about
our
the
intellectual property is very different Whether the name is the same or not, like what we're producing is very different.
Yeah, and what we're trying to produce will be very different because we do have goals to this podcast, and we want to make it nicer and more refined.
And listen, we've already got one leg up because we've
They
got
don't have
we've got
Alto
at least
Pablo
two
here.
people that aren't idiots.
Dalen just pointed to the two people that aren't him, but he can include himself also.
Yeah,
Well,
no, you
I was
can
gonna
include-
I was
Dylan's a
gonna
smart
leave
man.
that blank for them, so that they just
yeah.
kept guessing on the other end.
Ah.
So they're like, "Who's the idiot? Who's the idiot?
Which one of them was the idiot?
Which one of them was the idiot?"
I don't know if you are up to date on all of our podcasts, but our last podcast has quite a funny moment in it when well, needless to say, I've been called.
Yes.
And-
All right.
And
So,
Who said
are we gonna
what?
expose what
We're-
I bleeped now on
no,
this
we're
pod?
actually gonna re-bleep that on this podcast. So like when I say, we're gonna we have to go
my
back and
God.
bleep that. But pretty much,
Do you say
no. Like
No.
yeah, it's just so like I was saying like I had been called. And he was like, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Well, just in case." And then he said, and I was like, "Wow, okay, we're gonna have to bleep,
Yeah.
And then
I
now-
bleeped it.
Yeah, and so now
So now
He's
you're
gotta go
making
through and bleep
hella
all
work
that.
for me
That
because we
is
just
so
said
funny.
like 50 times.
That
And I'm
is
gonna
funny.
bleep that too.
yeah, so
Now
might as well
they're gonna be kept ultra guessing.
exactly.
Y'all are a couple of I'll just say that.
Oh, no! Every single time I'm just thinking like that's another.
He's
at
gonna get
least
canceled.
15 seconds.
Are
You
you
gotta
kidding
add-
me? I gotta go. Every artist
great.
that was brought up here, I'm probably gonna link.
Oh no! So both of us have our work cut out for
Exactly.
ourselves.
You're allowed to mention their name.
What?
The artist.
Well,
No. He's gonna link them in
I'm
the
gonna
bio.
link them so that people.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
We
are
are
able to go
allowed to
find it.
mention their
Yes,
name.
we're allowed to mention things.
To answer your question,
I thought you
yes.
meant you had to bleep all their names. I was like,
Yeah, we're gonna bleep
no.
every artist that inspired you.
Look, we've
Nobody
called
inspired Alto Pablo.
we've called Adolf Hitler white or black and Barack Obama white. So
We have done that on the pod.
yeah.
And who's to say otherwise? I
Yeah.
haven't ever seen a colored picture of Adolf Hitler.
I'm gonna finish this.
Take a swig from beer.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah,
What are
nothing
you
really.
gonna say?
I mean, it's like if you get mad at me, if you really think that we like meant that and weren't just trying to have some fun,
Yeah,
then you're. Oh wait, you can't say that.
yeah, we can say whatever we want, but then I'll probably have to bleep it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say which is of itself.
That is, yeah. That I really don't understand why there are words that you can't say.
Yeah, I think that's.
That's one of the dumbest parts about English and about America because you go anywhere else in the non-developed world, no words are off limits, dude. Words are just words.
Unless you're a Jew.
You're gonna have to bleep it.
No. Unless you're a Jew, in which case the word God is.
That's bleeped automatically.
Well, you're not supposed to like say. his
You
name.
can't say God.
There's a word for it.
Yahweh.
But no, you can't say like his name.
Are you a Jew? Why do you not say it? Why are you not saying it? He's an undercover Jew.
Well, I figured.
Oh, fucking.
I was just saying they can't say his name. Do I have to like say you can't say Yahweh?
Yes.
Okay, then you can't say Yahweh.
There we go.
They say Elohim.
Weird.
Thought the
That's
whole
actually-
thing was always just a placeholder, like it's an non-pronounceable name.
Huh.
Uh,
I don't know. The more y'all are getting into this, the more I'm feeling like I'm misinformed.
I mean,
Like, I
I'm
have
so
no-
I'm not even misinformed. I'm just uninformed. I don't know where to start.
There's a miseducation and then there's an uneducation.
Yeah.
There will be links.
Of which I am both.
There will be links. Look in the description. Don't trust what we say blindly. Always do your research. I will provide the links.
Never trust what we say.
I get why people don't want to be called or don't want to hear certain things, but like I understand that, and as like a courteous person, I will for the most part adhere to that. But yeah, as a citizen of the world, I think you should learn how to be tough-skinned.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to be able to control everyone.
No,
I
And
think that's a good
also,
thing. I think that's a good
You
thing.
know, to what you were saying, actually, have you seen Matt Walsh's documentary, What is a Woman?
I have not seen the whole documentary. No.
But you've seen clips of it?
Yeah, I think I've seen clips of it.
Very interesting. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue, John.
Well, I don't think we should censor anything on the internet because it's open. Like you are choosing to go and open yourself to the internet. People like that have obviously never played Call of Duty.
Yeah, or at least never been in an Xbox Live party.
Exactly. once you get some experience being like called the N-word by a kid who should probably be in like elementary.
He probably is not even whether he's in elementary or not. He's probably in elementary.
Yeah, like I've been called by by a bunch of like children. You know, it's like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Making a podcast.
That is, yeah.
That's what
I'm talking about in society, though. In America, in particular, we are very, very thin-skinned. And I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it's talking about why decadence is the end of America.
I wouldn't say in America. I'd say
The West?
in most parts of America. Because America.
Most parts of the world?
No, of America. Not all of America.
Yeah, the connected America.
Well, there are certain people who are. I wouldn't say everyone is
Thin-skinned.
thin-skinned. Maybe like half the population, and the other half just doesn't care enough.
Yeah.
As they shouldn't.
It's interesting when you put it like that. Probably the majority of people that are on Facebook right now don't give a damn.
Yeah, because if you're willing to be on Facebook, come on.
If you're old enough to be on Facebook.
Dude, I had written off Facebook, and I have gotten back on with like the release of the album.
Ooh.
And
Under
reconnect.
Alto Pablo or under Ethan?
I made an Alto Pablo page.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And, you know,
It's great for promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, I think I, did what y'all were just doing, like, which is not an untrue thing, but, like, describing Facebook as, like, the old person site now because, you got, like, the Minion Mom memes and everything.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that's a really funny archetype. But, no, it's still viable. I mean, there's still so many people on there that aren't, necessarily old. And they want to hear from you.
So you really thought that we would go a whole podcast without talking about tech, but on the topic of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, as it is making
Zuck.
this thing called the metaverse. And recently they showed some images from what the metaverse is how it's going to look. And it looks like shit. It looks like just crappy VR.
It sucks.
You think they're trying to Sonic the Hedgehog us?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, would not be surprised. But yeah, but also just don't.
Wait, I
do
thought
that.
the metaverse was already technically a thing.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna make it like virtual reality. They're trying to make life in virtual reality,
Dang.
which is dumb. Because they really just want tons of data from you, so they can.
Well,
farm
I
it
mean,
for
they
ads.
want to be able to control your life.
Oh yeah.
If your life is on a machine, hardware owned by Meta, if you're using Meta services for everything, if every one of your transactions is going through Meta, they're cutting off a little piece of that, and it's going straight into Zuck's pocket.
Shop local.
Shop local. Don't shop in the
local.
metaverse. Buy virtual real estate, but don't shop in the metaverse.
Yeah, if I can, I try to buy stuff that is at a small business, unless it's like outrageously expensive because like
You
I'm
gotta,
not rich.
yeah. You gotta make that judgment call as you walk through life.
It's funny
Yeah.
that y'all say that. I saw Escape Outdoors today on the way to my dermatology appointment.
I love Escape
I
Outdoors.
was like, I've never been in that store, but I would love to
Really?
go in.
That's they
Might
have
have
disc
to.
golf just there.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be where I guess get my next set, or I guess first set, because the only disc that I've got right now is a found disc.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shout out to the economy of disc golfing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's the first decentralized economy.
You don't.
Y'all heard about blockchain. Y'all heard about doggone Bitcoin.
Have y'all heard of finding a disc and not returning it to
Yeah,
someone?
y'all ever heard of finding a disc in the middle of the woods that doesn't have a phone number on the back? Yeah.
If it doesn't have a number, it's fair game. But if you find it, like, I found a couple discs like in Lake Olmsted because I had just lost my disc in Lake Olmsted.
Oh.
Didn't find mine, but then found 2 other ones.
Sure.
And
Those are yours.
I kept those discs. Like, one, they were like right close to shore. So I was
Really?
like, the person could have gone to find them if they wanted. But, you
They
know,
ain't
I
got
went in
to.
there, got my feet wet.
Sure.
And then someone, a better person than me, found my disc in Lake Olmsted and then, like, you know, texted my number
Really?
because it was on there. And I was like, dude,
Keep
that
it.
is yours. You went into the lake. You went into Lake Olmsted.
Yeah,
That is
you
your
went
disc.
even deeper into the lake than you did.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I've considered disc golf.
Should
it's
reconsider.
it is very cheap, which is nice because
Yeah.
you just don't have
Well,
to pay to play.
Yeah, that's one thing about regular golf.
Yeah.
It's
You're gonna be
so-
spending $35 probably every time you play,
well,
depending on the course you go
unless
to.
you know how to hunt deals.
There you go. We got a certified deal hunter right here.
I spend $20
Okay,
tops, but that's still expensive. It
that's
adds
still
up.
crazy compared to
On top of
$0
the fact,
tops.
how much does it cost for
Some
a
discs.
average disc set?
Average disc set. Well, the Anova or whatever.
You get the
like
leopard. You get the
The triple set.
Avion,
Mhm.
and then whatever the other one
The
is.
shark.
The shark. That's the
That little
yeah.
set of 3 is like $35, and then like
Yeah.
individual discs are anywhere between 10 to like
You could probably get a
25.
$60 disc though.
There's I mean, there's gonna be some high range, but like almost all of them are like 15 to 25.
Yeah.
My golf bag and everything in it is worth about $1,000.
Yeah,
Good,
that's just
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can buy like secondhand golf clubs. Like I love playing golf, but I
Well,
love
yeah,
playing disc
but
golf.
if you got to get that good,
Oh, also
gotta have
they
nice
don't
ones.
they don't kick you out if your shirt's not tucked in and you're not wearing a tie.
This
I-
is also yeah.
I actually have been going untucked at a lot of. I wear like this to play golf, and they don't say anything. You know.
Nor should they. You're,
nor should
you're
they.
paying them to
A-
go
Oh,
walk
but
on
they're
green
thinking
grass.
it. But they're thinking it.
I don't care if they're thinking it, man. I've
It's
been
in the back of
playing
their
golf.
mind. Who is this uncivilized boy?
I've been playing golf for like 4 or 5 years now. I did the freaking first tee of Augusta all the way through Eagle. Didn't do Ace because then it just became dumb.
What
but we're
is
not
that?
gonna talk about
For
that.
those of us that are uninitiated,
Yeah.
The first tee is this program for like youth to be able to learn how to play golf, but it also supposed to teach them like core values.
That's over there by the aquatic center now, isn't it?
Not it over
That's
there by the Aquatic Center and the Augusta Municipal.
my
I'll tell you
elbow
what,
knows that hill well.
Oh, look at that!
I'll
It's a
tell you
shiny
what.
scar.
Yeah, that is a scar that is over a year and a half old.
Wow.
I got it November of 2021. Or November of 2020.
2020. Okay, I was about to say yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a year and a half right there.
Yeah. November of 2020 is when I got this.
Wow.
Tough. And that's
Crazy.
through a doggone Patagonia jacket too that happened.
Oh my god.
Rip your jacket.
What happened to your jacket? Did that thing get
That
shredded?
thing got absolutely shredded. I'll send you the video later on.
Dang.
Oh, you
But-
got it on video?
Yeah, I got the jacket on.
Oh,
I didn't get the
no.
fall on video. It's
Oh,
just
I was
I
about
got
to
you.
say because that would have looked gnarly.
that would have been a gnarly fall because I was probably going 25.
oh my
probably
gosh.
30.
Oh.
Yeah, I
You
was
were
going
whipping.
quite at some
You were
quite a
zooming.
pace. Quite a pace.
Boy, let me tell you what.
Yeah, I was moving down that doggone hill, and I got the biggest speed wobbles of my life. And my board was no joke, moving 4 feet at
Oh,
a time.
gosh.
Every wobble was like a solid 4-foot wobble. And at that point, how are you gonna stay on? I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've got legs the size of tree trunks. You're not gonna be able to hang on to that board. You're gone. And
gotta
you
prep
know,
the
sure
ball.
enough, like a bucking bronco, bye bye Dalen went skidding down.
Oh
Man,
no.
and the worst part about it was I was so close to the bottom of the hill. I was probably 3/4 of the way down a hill that's like probably half a mile.
Wow.
Like it's a solid decline the entire half a mile. I was 3/4 of the way down. and then it starts coming back up. So if I had gotten down to the bottom and started coming back up, you lose hella speed super quick.
Oh, yeah.
The problem was I would have been completely fine if no cars were on the road. It was 2 a.m., the middle of the night. Nobody should have been on that road. Nobody whatsoever. And there was nobody when we started, like when we pulled up and started going down. Like we were there for a solid 10 minutes before we even started, and no cars. As soon as we get on there, a car starts coming toward us. So I can only cut in the one lane.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, thank God. That car goes past. Another car starts coming from behind. And so I only have one lane to cut in. And that hill, I was banking on having both lanes. I needed both lanes to be able to cut and lose speed.
That messes with
And
your
I
noggin
just didn't
too.
have it.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye. It's a miracle, honestly, that I did not die on that one. There's been too many instances of that. That's why I wear a helmet now when I longboard on big hills. Because literally that specific occurrence, because I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Dear God.
And the Patagonia jacket saved it.
Mercy. Well, praise God for
Patagonia.
Patagonia jackets.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us,
I will wear your jacket every single time I longboard in the winter, that's for sure.
Patagonia.
Love
Saving
to
Daylins since November of 2020.
2020, yep.
love to hear it.
Dang, man. So, oh, Lordy, we've been going for an hour, 10 minutes.
Hey,
Wow.
look at that.
This one's just been flowing. You know,
love that.
It's been a fun time.
I love talking about music. I love talking about Alto Pablo. Love talking about...
Cheers.
Well, I actually don't love talking about meta, but
Yeah.
love talking about tech, I will say
Love talking
that.
about tech. Love talking about outdoor stuff. Like,
Yeah.
all
Anyway,
sorts of stuff.
with that, since we have been going for so long, Ethan, what do you want to plug, brother?
Dude, I want to plug this beautiful earth we're living on. If you haven't been outside in a couple weeks, then you should definitely go outside. But if you have been outside, you should go again.
I love that you said in
Yeah.
a couple of weeks. These people are holed up in their house weeks at a time.
I'm thinking about, y'all talk about tech every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking out for all of us.
Looking out for our demographic, huh?
Oh, yeah.
No,
that.
man, I have nothing to plug. We've talked about the album.
But
Yeah.
we will receive your links, and we'll put those in the podcast description where you can go find your Instagram and your music and all your social media and all the important stuff for finding out more about Sir Alto Pablo and the music that he creates.
Go follow the boy. Make sure you stream bot the album. If we don't get 1,000 streams just from the one podcast, what are y'all doing?
Exactly.
Y'all need to pick it up.
And with that said, please remember to leave a like on our podcast and to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell, and leave a comment. We will have our Instagram link down there where we will try our hardest to make sure we have posts on there to inform you whenever we post a new podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. With that being said, thank you all for listening. This has been the Minimum Wage Podcast. Where even the name is above our pay grade. Peace.